It's time now for a report from our traveling comedian correspondent, Mr. Tom Papa. In the flesh, this is a segment we call Out in America. Tom?
Thank you, Chris. On behalf of Prairie Home Companion, I'm touring this great land of ours and focusing on all the good people in America. This week, I traveled to St. Louis, Missouri, on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, where they had an unusually long autumn that lasted almost 2 weeks. I saw the leaves turn colors, had a half a cup of cider, and on Sunday, the first frost rolled in. Have you ever been so surprised by winter while you're traveling that you ended up having to use your boxer briefs as a scarf? I have. I grabbed a coffee downtown where I met a large tattooed man named Bruce. He introduced me to the love of his life, a 2014 Harley Davidson. He normally doesn't ride when temperatures get below 53, but he knows that the next time he puts her in the garage, she won't be coming out till spring. He lives to ride and doesn't wear a helmet despite the law saying he has to. He said it doesn't have anything to do with freedom, it's just that if he wears a helmet, no one will know it's him. When I ride by, I want people to say, "Hey, there goes that guy again." Have you ever gotten so cold and shaky standing on a street in St. Louis that a biker had to carry you into a bar so you could get warm? I have. Bruce ordered a whiskey and confided in me that while he loves his bike, he also has a little something on the side, his wife. He's been married to Trixie for 12 years, and she's currently studying to be a minister. They're Pentecostal, but he's not sure what that really means. He was raised Catholic, and the only difference he can tell is that Pentecostals seem to smile more. I think she'll be a great minister, he said. She's a good woman and really loves to talk. Sometimes we'll be riding on the highway, and she has entire conversations with me and doesn't seem to care that I can't hear a thing. One of these days, I'll just drop her off at church, and she'll just keep right on preaching. St. Louis is where Budweiser beer came from. It was an American institution since 1876, until it was recently bought out by a multinational corporation. But the beer brewing spirit is alive and well, with microbreweries starting all over the city, reclaiming what was once theirs. Some say it's a beer drinking town with a baseball problem. Have you ever drank so much beer in St. Louis by 11 a.m. that you actually tried to climb the arch and landed upside down, hitting your head on a rock? I have. When I was in the emergency room, I met a nurse named Becky. She's the type of nurse who's seen it all and isn't shy with the jokes. When she found out what I'd done, she called me an idiot. Why would you be climbing an arch anyway? Even if you could climb it, you'd just come down the other side and be right where you started. She shook when she laughed. She moved here from Jamaica when she was a child and recently became a citizen. She loves this country and loves what her parents did for her, but doesn't understand why they didn't move someplace warmer. In Jamaica, we use ice in our drinks. We don't slide our asses on it. She likes working in the emergency room because she gets to see all the crazy things that people do to themselves, and it teaches her how to be safe. One thing I know for sure, she said, the number one reason people end up in the hospital is trampolines. White people are flying off those things every day. Have you ever gotten so hungry in the emergency room that you ate an entire bowl of cheese puffs only to realize it was really a bowl of cotton balls? I have. You really can't have pride in a hospital. They put you on that table, poke you, and flip you like a fish. And why aren't there any walls in the emergency room? Just curtains like you're doing some kind of sad puppet show. If there's any time you could use a wall, it's when you're naked and shaky in a paper gown. Becky told me to stop complaining. We all have our struggles. She doesn't understand what people want these days, why they're running around chasing something when they don't even know what it is that they're chasing. She said you really just have to stop and smell the roses. And if there aren't any roses, just buy a donut and shut your pie hole. Have you ever taken so many painkillers that you started to think your nurse was a fairy who ate your pants? I have. And that's when I closed my eyes and went to sleep and dreamed of going home. Until next time, this is Tom Papa out in America.